Right, let's start again. I forgot to turn the microphone on. Good morning everyone, this is the Zwift Run Channel. My name is Clive Finnimore and this is Tour de Zwift Stage 4 for the second time, as I ended the event the other day about 400 metres short when I hit 10k and didn't unlock the beanie. So we're having another go. Good morning Chris, how are you? I would like to start by saying a huge thank you to Sebastian Volt for sending me an old PC he had lying around the house. He saw the troubles I was having with my old laptop that I've had for 10 years and he sent me an old tower unit. This is the first run on it. I'm actually streaming from streaming OBS from the computer and running Zwift, and it seems to be working fine so far. So you have to let me know if the sound is okay and the picture's okay. We'll see if we come across any technical issues along the way. So this is a test run with the new computer. Chris says, haha, happens to the best of us. That's finishing an event early. So I've desperately been trying to find a time and place to get this one done before it all changes to stage 5 tomorrow. And then at 12 PM UK time, of course, we're running on MyWhoosh, which will be a different setup again, which I'll explain once we hit 10 kilometers per hour. Here we go then. I don't think the coat's going to stay on long, but here we go. I just need to change my screen. I'll leave that on there. So we go. Sebastian is currently dismantling and reassembling his treadmill to remove the squeak issue that he's got, and he's hoping to be with us in 2 hours with the treadmill up and running, ready for the MyWhoosh 5k my way, which, if you haven't already, you can join us. It's in the MyWhoosh events. You load up the app, the actual MyWhoosh app, look into the calendar, and you'll find Run 5k your way, and we'll be there at 12 PM UK time. Chris says, the sound is perfect now the mic is on. Yes, I know. I noticed one little hiccup there where the microphone was active during the start and end sequence, so I had to physically turn the mic off. Otherwise you would have heard me coughing and spluttering, swearing and cursing when I can't find my shoes. I'll tell you what I've done. I forgot my heart rate monitor. Oh no. I hate running without the heart rate monitor. I'm tempted to run off and get it. It's upstairs in the airing cupboard. Because if I don't put it up there, it stays damp and it smells funny. So I think, should we see if we can use the watch? Let's put our Garmin watch into virtual run mode. It's not as accurate as the normal one, but we'll try that. Right, here we go. Let's try this, shall we? See, I'm picking up the Apple remote and I'm not running Zwift on the Apple TV. I'm running it on the computer. 1 minute. It's hard to use the mouse while I was running. Pair, heart rate. Just keep running. It's not going to work, is it? I'll explain why in a minute. I'm going to have to run off and get my other Here we go, here's the technical issues I was talking about. Back. Right, OBS. Right, I'm going to run upstairs and get my heart rate monitor. And then I'll explain why my watch wouldn't work. 1 second. Here we are, we're back. Let's put the heart rate monitor on, and then we'll get running again. Right. Heart rate monitor's on. Let's see if it works now. Let's go to Zwift. I'm using Zwift on a computer. I've never done this before. Pair. There it is. There it is. We got heart rate. Back to OBS. Oh, we could just leave it on that screen. Right. Let's get moving. 10 kilometers per hour. What am I doing? Oh, dearie me. Here we go. This is a test broadcast. Right, here we go again. Let's get this one done. Chris notices it's very warm here in Australia. Very nice. My brother lives in Australia, over in Perth, Secret Harbour area. Chris says, sound is perfect now the mic is on. Yeah, I know, Chris. I read that one, didn't I? Oh, Chris also said he was confused. He did this event. 1 minute. There we go. But he's done it as well now. Good morning, Sebastian. Looks like the fix worked, Clive. Sebastian has joined us on the Zwift Run channel. I'd like to start by saying now Sebastian's here, I'm so grateful and to Sebastian, who saw me struggling with my old 10-year-old laptop over the last year or so, and asked me if I would like for him to send me one of his old PCs, and we chatted about it and thought the postage would be incredible. And so out of the blue on Friday, I came home from work, and waiting for me in the hallway was this PC that'd been sent all the way from Germany. Bless you, Sebastian. I'm so grateful. So all day yesterday, I was sorting out the PC, setting up the OBS templates for Zwift and MyWash. And here we are, running Zwift on a PC and live streaming simultaneously on the same device. Sebastian, thank you so much. Sebastian's been battling with his treadmill all morning, trying to sort out the squeaking issue that he had. And he's done a fix. And it looks like the fix worked. Awesome news, Sebastian. That's fantastic. So anyway, just now when I was trying to set my watch up, at the moment for some reason, the new PC won't recognise Bluetooth devices. I bought a 3.1V Bluetooth dongle yesterday from Argos, which is plugged into the computer, and it works because the companion app is linked to it. So I'm having to run the speed from the treadmill and the heart rate sensor through the companion app, which then is relayed to the PC. But I can't go direct, which is strange. I've tried all sorts of things. Update drivers, turning things on and off, like you do. But for some reason it just will not see it direct. So there, which brings up a second issue. MyWash hasn't got a companion app link. Or if it has, I can't get it to work. So today, after this run at midday, I'm going to have to run MyWash from the Apple TV into a video capture card and try and do it that way. It does flick occasionally, but we'll see what happens. So this is streaming 2 different ways in 2 hours. But yeah, we ran this run. I don't know if I've already said this or not, or whether the mic was turned off, I can't remember. We ran this run last Thursday. I was so keen to jump over to join Sebastian and Stephen on my whoosh. When I hit 10k, I ended the event and jumped over. Then I realised I ended the event 300-400 metres early, didn't unlock the beanie and didn't complete the run. So we're here again today. This is a crafty run. The wife is out, she doesn't know I'm running. So we've jumped on this morning to get this one done. Because tomorrow it's stage 5. So here, for the first time, I'm running on the Zwift on a PC, not an Apple TV. I've got the graphics set to high 1080p. I've got shadows. I've got shadows in game. Never had that before. That's so exciting. Sebastian says, see you later, Clive. He has to do a bit more to his treadmill before the MyWhoosh run in 2 hours or 1 hour 50 minutes. Sebastian is doing a time trial today. He's dismantled and reassembled his treadmill before the run at 12 p.m. UK time or 1 p.m. Germany time. But yeah, check it out. It's looking good, isn't it? Surprised myself. It looks smooth, doesn't it? It looks smooth. Everything's working. The sound's good. I don't know what the quality's like. I'm a bit worried about it's coming down at 480p. 480. I'm not sure. When I was test running it yesterday and looking at it, I seem to be streaming out at 1080p. The quality's good. The bit rate is nearly 9,000. The computer's smooth, but for some reason it looked a bit blurry to me. But on the phone it's absolutely fine. And the main thing is, we're running on the new computer, which Sebastian kindly donated to me. Sebastian says it's looking good, quality is good. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Also, last week, I didn't run Friday because I was feeling a little bit under the weather. Body said no, I'm feeling tired. I had a bit of a headache and I felt a little bit sick. So we didn't run Friday night, so I was down 10k anyway on Friday. So this is making up Friday's distance running and getting stage 4 done. And most importantly, unlocking the beanie. I'm not sure if Sebastian's going to be live streaming MyWhoosh as well with me at 12. I'm sure he will if everything's up and running and working fine. His main priority at the moment is the treadmill. Get the treadmill put back together before 12 p.m. So this is a bit different, isn't it? We don't usually run much on a Sunday. Sunday is usually my rest day. Normally we run 5k. Nice steady 5k on MyWhoosh. Still got a bit of a cold kicking around. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm a bit bunged up. But I feel okay. Been lingering now for about 3 weeks. This illness wiped me out completely for about 3 days. Next thing is to look into a bit of noise cancelling. I don't want to subscribe or pay for it. I used to use one, I can't remember what it was called now. They gave you an hour free a day. So it might be worth getting that one back because it's not very often our live streams are more than an hour. If not, I'm sure Stephen mentioned the other night something about NVIDIA broadcast to Sebastian. I'm not sure if they were talking about noise cancelling or not, but we'll have a look into that as well. My treadmill belt's sticking a little bit at the moment, and I think my issue is down to the fact that in the room behind me is the garage. This is in the garage as well, but it's partitioned off. And I was cutting floor tiles a couple weeks ago out there because the weather was terrible and I couldn't do it outside. And it created an amazing dust that got on everything in the garage behind me. But it didn't seem to get in here at first. I didn't notice anything, it was absolutely fine. And I think due to all that high wind we had and storms, it's managed to work its way in here at ground level and get up inside the treadmill. So I'm guessing there's a bit of dust inside the treadmill between the belt and the deck, which is making the belt stick to the deck occasionally. Sebastian had a squeaky deck issue, which he thinks it was down to these rubber shock absorbers which are mounted on the bottom of, the rubber shock absorbers are mounted on the base of the treadmill, and the deck sits on top of these shock absorbers, and he thinks it was the shock absorbers squeaking against the deck. So he's glued into position, which I think was some thin bits of wood where the shock absorbers make contact. And he's saying at the moment it's fixed the issue, which is amazing, so that's good. That's good news. I might have to take mine apart and give it a good dusting. Good deep clean, get Hoover in there, a good polish, I think that'll sort it out. But looking at Sebastian's videos of him taking apart the treadmill, it looks a bit scary. So yeah, just there it's sticking. If I move slightly to the left, it's alright. It's manageable when you're running at these speeds, but if you're doing a workout session or an interval session, it feels like you're going to fall over. Look, shadows in Zwift. I'm so excited. Simple minds, simple things. I also like the fact that you can use the mouse to click on stuff on the screen. The Apple TV was a bit of a pain. Apple TV remote was a bit fiddly, but I quite like being able to click on the screen. Also, Sebastian, what I like is my old laptop. You could only start it like 10-15 minutes before the run, because after about an hour it started getting too hot, even with a fan underneath it, which caused it to lag because the processor was working too hard. This computer, the fan running Zwift on high graphics and streaming, the operating temperature is only around 40-50 degrees, and the fan is very rarely kicking in. So it's obviously coping well, and the CPU is only at like 10%, 5%. We must remember at the end to keep running until we unlock the beanie. So it's nice and cool here in the Cornish Zwift garage today. 6.3 degrees centigrade, 59% humidity. You're going to notice at the beginning I had my coat and my woolly hat on because it's a bit chilly, especially when you're standing around in the garage faffing with the computer for hours before it starts. So I was all wrapped up. It's all stripped off now, got too hot. Anyone out there, do you think the noise levels are good? Do you think the microphone's too loud and the music's not loud enough, or is it all balanced okay? I've had to rebuild the template, so I'm still trying to find the right levels. The My Whoosh one will be fun because that's still a work in progress. So we'll see what happens at 12 PM. It's going to be a bit more fiddly. Oh, belt sticking. It's not good, is it? Sebastian, I think I'm going to have to strip my one down as well. It might have to be next weekend's project when we're not running on Zwift as much. Sebastian will have to be in standby next Sunday, just in case I can't get it together in time. At least I know who to ask if I forget how to put it back together. Sebastian is now the TechnoGym, my TechnoGym professional. Cheers, Chris. Chris says to him the mix seems perfect. Maybe the music could be a tiny bit less, but he thinks it's pretty right. Cheers, buddy. No idea what the My Whoosh one's going to be like. I haven't altered it at all. I like the music to be up a little bit to try and drown out the sound of the treadmill in the background. That way you haven't got to use noise cancelling. I don't mind a little bit of noise, but with the fan going, your feet banging and the treadmill spinning, it makes a bit of noise in the background. But I think with the music you can't hear it, can you, very well, so that's good. So what's everyone up to today? I've got a crafty on your own day. Wife's taken our youngest daughter up to Plymouth to her theatre group. She had to audition for a part in the Plymouth Theatre Royal. Not sure, I don't think it's actual play. It's like monologues and things. I'm not into all this, but that's what they call it. But she had to audition. She's only 14, but she had to audition with the adults to get a part in one of these like theatre shows. And she got a part. So yeah, all day yesterday and all day today, she's been up there rehearsing and sorting out the parts and stuff. And I've been able to have 3 crafty runs because the wife's not here, so she doesn't know. Unless she's watching the live stream, of course, and then I'm in trouble. Cool. Chris Nolan can't hear the treadmill at all under the music, so it's perfect. That's good to hear. I don't have to subscribe to noise cancelling. Save you another little subscription fee each month. Three kilometres done, 22 minutes run, currently running at 10 kilometres per hour, heart rate 127, cadence 171. Went part run yesterday. Weather was perfect. The woods was very muddy. Good turnout. There must have been about 150 to 200 people there. It's a toughie, Lanhydrock. It's a National Trust site. Big old house in the country. I think I did 23:30, something around that. It's like an average time for me. I was happy with it. It felt a bit tough this week. Last week it felt a bit easier and I was faster. This week it felt a bit tough and a little bit slower, but I was happy with it. It was good. First kilometres downhill. Kilometre 2 and 3 are in 2 loops of the woods, and then 4 to 5 is uphill. Chris Alona says, I do think this run, or this event, is one of the longest runs in the Zwift Tour de Zwift at 10 kilometres. He says it shocked him to run 10k. Well done, buddy, good work. They are usually around 5 or 6, aren't they? And you can do them in about 30 to 40 minutes, 50 minutes, But this one is quite a long run, so you can imagine how I felt last Thursday when I thought, yes, I've got this long one out of the way, and I stopped it short of the finish line. So I've had to do it again. I was going to try and do it Friday night before the spring marathon training medium to long run event. I was planning on running half marathon distance Friday. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling great and I couldn't run at all. So I was thinking I wasn't going to get this one done, but then the wife told me she was going out at 9 this morning, coming back at about 6 tonight. I thought, right, we've got to get it done, let's get it done. So here we are, Tour de Zwift Stage 4. Hopefully, we will get it done today, unless the power goes off. The silly wife, however, she has ordered the online shopping to arrive today between 11:30 and 12:30. She could have booked any time in the day. She's not here, so she can't see it in. She asked me this morning if I could see it in right in the middle of the MyRun run. Luckily, the mother-in-law is here and she's agreed to look out for it. So if it arrives at 11:30, I'll be alright, I can bring it in. But if it arrives between 12 and past, she's on standby to see it in. Oh, Chris hasn't been running. Chris has been walking well with incline as he's building up strength for the event attempt. What's that, Chris? Is that on the bike or is that running? Everest height on Zwift. We talked about doing that before. There are rumours between the Zwift gang of doing the Everest challenge, which is walking the same height or jogging the same height as Everest on Zwift, which they think would take about 15 hours. But we ain't doing it. Maybe later this year. But Chris says he's doing the Everest attempt. So whether that's on the bike or running, I'm not sure at the moment. I'm sure he'll let us know in the chat. It's a personal challenge. Well done, Chris. You need personal challenges. For me, when I run an ultra, or any running really, I always think of it as a personal challenge. It's about getting to the finish line most of all, isn't it? Getting it done. That's the personal challenge bit. I think that was one of the factors last year when I DNF'd the Arc of Attrition. One of the factors was I didn't want it enough. Apart from having a slight chest infection, a foot injury, and no training in 2023 leading up to the 24 Arc of Attrition, because I hadn't been prepared, I didn't feel like I was going to complete it. I didn't have the mental state, the mind at the beginning that I could get it done. I knew there was going to be a problem from the start, and I DNF'd at 55 miles with quite a bad foot injury. But the two prior to that, I trained, I felt healthy and I was well up for it. The first one was the first time, so I was determined to get to the finish line no matter what. The second time, I wanted to beat my first time, and, sorry Stephen, I wanted to beat Stephen's PB on the Arc course as well, which I did. But I think that's what kept me going in the second half. I knew I was on target to have a good time, so I pushed hard and pushed on, and it kept me going. But last year, I just wasn't in it. Didn't have the right set of mind. We've just clocked over 4 kilometres done here today, 29 minutes. Half an hour to go, and then hopefully we'll unlock the beanie, save the live stream, and then we'll fire up the MyWhoosh live stream for 12 PM. Get that one sorted out. But I'm well pleased with this test stream. Apart from not switching the microphone on at the beginning and leaving my heart rate monitor upstairs, the actual stream itself has been quite smooth. Well pleased. Once again, thank you very much, Sebastian. The weather here today, here in Paul Perro in Cornwall, it's grey outside. I think it's a forecast light rain all day. Perfect weather for the treadmill. As spring approaches and the summer comes along, I'll probably start doing my long run outdoors on a Sunday morning on the local coastal footpaths and down through the woods. Looking forward to that. I usually head out about 6 o'clock in the morning when we start doing them. And come May, June, definitely June time, I'll have to be running at least twice a month, marathon distance outside. Nice steady 5 to 6 hour marathon distances on the local trails, building up to my September Purple Gecko Saints and Smugglers 100 mile challenge. Chris says it's just a walking attempt with incline. He saw Stephen talking about it once, doing it at 10% incline. Yeah, we've done the 100 miles of Watopia a couple of years ago, where we ran on every road in Watopia, obviously before all the new areas opened. Stephen, Jeff Partridge, Amy Green and myself, we ran 100 miles on Zwift in about 23 and a half hours, non-stop. We had hourly wee stops just for a couple minutes, and the total time was 23 and a half hours. That was the first time I'd ever run 100 miles on a treadmill or outside. It was tough, it was really tough. After that, that's when I decided, well, if I can do it on a treadmill, can I do it in real life? So I signed up for my first 100, just to see if it was possible. And it bloody was. Since then I've done, I don't know, about 4 or 5 100s, and I was actually thinking last year to retire from running that on that distance and just dropping it down to 50 if anything was going to happen again. The day after I thought that, one of my local run companies launched a 100 mile event right on my doorstep, and it would be rude not to, wouldn't it? So that's what's coming in September. It will be strange crawling past my front door at about 90 miles heading for the finish line. This treadmill belt is so sticky, I'm tempted to do it after today's runs, but I'm so frightened I won't have enough time to get it back together again. I haven't got the squeak issue that Sebastian's got on his, but the belt is definitely sticky, and I think it's just because it's so dry. I can hear a funny noise, but it might be the dog. 1 minute. Oh, I just headbutted the microphone. I don't think it was the dog. Maybe it was the treadmill. The treadmill's barking at me. Yeah, it's the treadmill. It's the treadmill. I thought it was the dog barking. Chris Nolan says, haha, well, sounds like a good thing to do in your own. It is. It's the only reason I'm doing it. Sebastian just sent me a video. Hopefully it's a video of his treadmill back together working. Let's see if I can look at it whilst I'm running. I can't hear the live stream now, but that's alright, I know it's working alright. Because what I do, you see, is I watch the YouTube stream on my phone in front of me here with my earpiece in, so I can hear the music and myself talking to know that microphone's on, which did help at the beginning anyway. And I can also see your comments then on my phone down in front of me. Sebastian has successfully dismantled his treadmill, put it back together. The squeak has gone so far, and he's also taken out the safety sensor which is supposed to clip onto yourself, because that can sometimes cause an issue. If the connection's not, because it's a magnetic connection, sometimes it can cause the treadmill to cut off. But he's took it out completely. Mine's just, I think it's just stuck in there and tied up behind. But so Sebastian has taken it out. So that eliminates another potential problem, doesn't it? Well done, Sebastian. Good work, buddy. Chris Nolan has the Horizon 7.4 and loves it, but occasionally has to adjust the belt from time to time. It's a very tricky, but he manages it. Still scary though, isn't it? I'll be frightened. I'm very good at taking things apart and forgetting how to put them back together, or when I've finished I've got spare bits. So what I tend to do is take photographs of each stage, and if I do get stuck I can look at the photographs and remember what I did. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Sebastian will be with us at 12 PM UK time to run on my whoosh. We'll be live streaming it here to the Zwift Run channel. I'll be testing out the new setup on the PC, using the Apple TV to run on. So there could be a bit of faffing going on, there could be some technical issues. I do know the screen, or the running screen feed, might flick occasionally for some reason. Maybe it's the old cable I'm using, but I did try changing the cable, but it's still like it. But we'll see. We'll see. Today is test running, getting stage 4 done, and trying out the new PC, which I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it, Sebastian. I'm running Zwift on a PC. My avatar has a shadow. It's so exciting. I've still got the latency set low because I didn't want to push my luck. Maybe I'll try it in normal next time. I think I can smell a funny hot smell, and it's not me. I'm going to run slightly to the left of the treadmill. What a worry, is the belt will snap? It's definitely something I'm going to have to do in it, Sebastian. Definitely going to have to sort of take this, even if it's just a case of taking the belt off and giving it a good clean underneath. Did you grease the deck with anything, Sebastian? Did you have to put oil in there or anything like that, or does it just stay dry? So let's have a quick look at the stats. We are approaching 6 kilometers done, 40 minutes run, 133 beats per minute heart rate, 176 cadence. Temperature's slowly rising here in the Cornish Zwift garage, 6.7, 60% humidity. Sebastian's just confirming the TechnoGym MyRun has to stay dry, don't oil it. Okay buddy, think it just needs a good clean then, doesn't it? A good clean. I've got a keyboard in front of me as well on the treadmill. All looks very technical. I think I'll have to move it though during an interval session because it will get covered in sweat, which won't be very pleasant. I have to wipe the treadmill down after a hard workout session, so I think that the keyboard will have to go up there on the side somewhere during a hard interval session. I wonder how Tina is today. I wonder if she's gone out with 10 Mile in Real Life Club, which she usually does on a Sunday. She joined us last week to get her 10 miles in on the treadmill. I think she did like 3 events. I think she ran a Tour de Zwift, My Whoosh, and something else. Bit of 5k at the end as well. But she usually pops in and says hello, so I'm guessing she's out with Run Club today. We are now up in the snow, in the snowy mountains, look, for the second time in 4 days. Just keeping it nice and steady, keep the heart rate down, thinking about my form, standing nice and tall, arms, shoulders relaxed, hips slightly engaged forwards, thinking about where my feet are striking on the treadmill, mid-foot-ish, trying not to heel strike, keeping it relaxed. Clamp. Sebastian says if the belt is smelling, try to clamp the belt. How do you mean clamp, Sebastian? I'm just running on the right hand side of it now. Let the middle bit cool down a little bit. Seems better on the outside, it doesn't stick. You just got to watch where your feet go down, because if you stand on the side rail, you'll fall off. Be something to watch, won't it? Clive's treadmill fail when he falls off a treadmill and bashed into the wall behind. Somebody spoke in the game, look. ZLZR chat, I think. If there isn't much chat going on in game, I usually flick to the dashboard screen so you can see the stats on the right hand side. If we've got a few people talking in game, I'll switch to the messages screen, which is there, so you can see the chat whilst we're running along. If we're talking about events, we can have a look at the events page or go to the maplet, go to events, see what's going on. Tomorrow, I'm hoping tomorrow, it's always if I'm feeling good. So tomorrow's plan is if I'm feeling good, I'm going to run Monday Run Club Group A at 4:45 PM UK time. That's if I'm feeling good. If I'm not feeling good, I'll run Tour de Zwift Stage 5 at 5 PM. But that one's always sort of, I decide that on the day. It will be live streamed, whichever one to do, unless I'm not here. But that's the plan for tomorrow. Tuesday's getting to be a complicated one. Because all around the same hour we have Film My Run 500, Tina's Tuesday Social, and the MHG run. However, Sebastian live streamed Tina's Tuesday Social last week, so if he could do that again this coming Tuesday, that would be fantastic and a massive help. If you could take that one on board, Sebastian, if you wanted to. You don't have to, but if you wanted to, you could make that one yours. But the other complication that I've recently encountered today is that my daughter needs dad taxi duties between 4 and 7 on a Tuesday night. So I'm not going to be around on a Tuesday late afternoon anymore because I need to take her up to a theatre group in Plymouth. So I've asked Stephen if he can move the Film My Run 500 to 8 PM on Tuesday nights, so I can still get my elevation in on a Tuesday night and live stream later in the evening. It might suit some people, it might be too late, but that's the plan. I'll ask Stephen to move Film My Run 500 to 8 PM. That way I can do my dad taxi duties and get back in time to do Film My Run 500 at 8 PM UK time. I'm not sure if it's happening this coming Tuesday. Depends whether Stephen can make contact with Zwift HQ. And I'm also hoping to set another one up on a Thursday at 5 PM. I miss my Film My Run 500s. Used to run it every Tuesday and Thursday at lunchtime, but I don't work from home anymore, so I can't run the lunchtime sessions. So I'm going to try and do those two events weekday evenings, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you fancy a bit of elevation, come and join me. Keep an eye out for those changes. Sebastian's confirmed he is streaming Tina's Tuesday Social, so that's Sebastian's slot now. That's where he'll be live streaming here on the Zwift Run channel every Tuesday. Thank you for that, Sebastian, that'd be great. Oh no, don't say that. That'd be my son jumping up and down. Stephen says, it sounds like you might have a crack in your deck. It happened to him. I believe he's still got it. He's been running on it for about 2 years. Not a cheap fix, unfortunately. Hence, he's still got the crack in his deck. Sebastian says, turn the both large screws at the back of the treadmill to tighten the belt a little bit. Stephen says you must send me the link to the handheld mouse. What handheld mouse? I've got a normal mouse here up on top of a little stool and a bit of wood. Unless Sebastian's got one. Stephen, so here we are. I'm running on Zwift using the PC and live streaming OBS from the same PC that Sebastian so kindly donated me after he saw the issues I was having with my old laptop. It's up, it's running, it's working. The stream is smooth. Obviously I still can't get like high definition quality on YouTube. I put all my settings to the max that I can, and it's actually running very smooth and very high at my end. It's very watchable now on the phone, which is good. Stephen says, what are you holding in your hand during the Zwift Companion? I think I accidentally picked the Apple remote up. The Apple TV remote up. Because I was trying to change something. However, it was obviously Zwift is on the computer, so I had to use the mouse. Maybe you saw one of those bits and pieces. I can't see anything else lying around that I could have picked up. Check out Film MyRun YouTube channel. Everyone, Stephen's uploaded a new video today with him volunteering as a timekeeper at Parkrun yesterday. He managed to spill his coffee on himself and drop all the Parkrun barcodes at the end. Nice little video there for you to check out. You did, however, at the beginning, Stephen, sound a little bit fed up and disappointed that you couldn't actually run it. Maybe it was the normal remote. Could have been this one. That's the TV remote. That's the Apple TV remote. That's my mouse. Sebastian, it's amazing what you can find in the house. Sebastian sent me this tower computer on Friday, and from out of nowhere I pulled the house apart and I managed to find an old keyboard, an old mouse. Unfortunately, last week at work they threw away a monitor and it had the old VGA port on it, and they got a new computer and they couldn't use it because they needed a HDMI monitor. So I put it in the skip last week. However, when Sebastian's computer came, I went over to retrieve it from the skip. Water ran out of the screen when I picked it up, and someone had thrown a massive grease block on top of it as well. I brought it home anyway. I'm currently trying it out, and I'll probably pick up a VGA to a USB or something adapter to plug it into the computer, so I've got a second screen, so I can actually have OBS on down there maybe. It doesn't matter at the moment. It's all on my large screen up in front of me. So currently on the large screen in front of me, we've got Zwift running, so I can see what I'm doing. And then minimised down the bottom, or in the background, we've got OBS and YouTube. We've just clocked over 8 kilometres done. 52 minutes run, or approaching 53 minutes. We've got about 11 minutes left to go to 10k, but don't forget, don't jump off at 10k, Clive. Keep running until you unlock the beanie and the event is complete. Not like last Thursday. I'm going to have to take the plunge and dismantle it at some point, won't I? Just have a quick look, see what's going on. Worst case scenario, the deck is cracked, like Stephen's. Best case scenario, give it a good clean, and away we go. Sebastian has stopped his squeaky treadmill. He stripped it down this morning and saw where the rubber mount touched the deck and thought that was what was squeaking, so he's put a couple of like wooden pads in there And so far so good, the squeak has gone. So I will be contacting Sebastian when I forget how to put my treadmill back together. Good work, Sebastian. He was determined to get it all done before the 12 PM UK time MyRun run, and he's achieved that goal. He's also removed the emergency stop device, Stephen. He's took it out completely and bypassed it. Yeah, Stephen's just saying your internet connection must be pretty solid now. It is, isn't it? It is. It's working much better. I think that's mainly down to the computer running a lot smoother, and the 30-meter cable, which I've now plugged in to the back of the computer, and it leads all the way through my house to the router in the lounge, so it's not on Wi-Fi anymore, so we won't get any Wi-Fi interference. But it's going good. Should we have a look? Let's just look down the bottom here. With OBS. So currently, right, the computer, the CPU, running Zwift and streaming live on OBS. The CPU use is 2%, running at 60 frames per second. Kilobytes, upload kilobytes, are 8,348 kilobytes per second. So the CPU is hardly doing anything. It's fantastic. Let's just bring Zwift back again, so I've got full screen. Sebastian is now our official MyRun TechnoGym technician repairman. He sent me some videos, Stephen, of it stripped apart. It scared me to death. There was belts lying around and rollers out. Deck was on the side. Bits of emergency stop pieces in his hand. That scared me to death. But look at that, he put it all back together and it works. Problem solved. Well done, Sebastian. I'm so pleased, Stephen. I've got shadows in Zwift. When do we get a light, a head torch on our avatars? Does that happen at night time when it's dark in Zwift? Never had that before. We are now approaching, it's gone flying, isn't it? It's flying. We're now approaching 9 kilometers done, 57.5 minutes in. We're not quite going to do it in an hour today because I had to run off because I thought the dog was barking, but it was my treadmill squeaking. And I also realised at the start my heart rate monitor was upstairs in the airing cupboard drying out, so it helps prevent that smelly effect that it gets occasionally. So every few runs I wear it in the shower and then I put it in the airing cupboard to dry out. We tried using the watch, but unfortunately the 3.1 version Bluetooth dongle that's plugged into the PC currently can't see my watch or the treadmill or the heart rate monitor. However, it does work using the Zwift Companion app, but that might be because it's going through the network, isn't it? So I reckon the treadmill and the heart rate monitor are connected to the iPad, and they're obviously transmitting it through the network to the computer. So I currently can't use Bluetooth on the computer. I've tried all sorts of solutions. The little dongle's flashing away there. It is switched on. The computer is discoverable. You know, all these little things you read online. I've tried them all. I've updated drivers. just can't get Bluetooth to work. Maybe if I actually buy a network card, a physical piece of hardware that I plug into the motherboard, maybe it'll work then. But at the moment, I just can't get the computer to see any Bluetooth devices. Hence, when I run a MyWhoosh at 12, I'm going to have to run MyWhoosh from the Apple TV and capturing it with a video card into the computer. So that should be fun. We'll see what goes wrong at 12 p.m. But I will continue to investigate the Bluetooth issue. Hello, Darren Bandit. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for dropping into the Zwift Run channel. Darren is just about to start his run. It's in an hour's time. He's thinking about joining the ZLDR 10K. He says they've reverted it back to the bloody jungle again. Krisp. Oh, I see what you mean. Sebastian, Stevens, they're talking about noise cancelling. I've used Krisp. That's what I used to use. I'm glad you reminded me what it was called because I forgot. You get an hour free a day on it. It is really good. It even cancelled out my turkey and chicken noises when I did them. So I might download that one again and just use the hour free. I'm not going to bother subscribing, but just use the hour free bit every day. So yeah, if you need a bit of noise cancelling software, Darren, Sebastian, or anyone else that's going to live stream, try Krisp as Stephen has suggested. It has a little tool, a little window that opens up at the top right of the screen. Oh no, that's on the Mac. So on the PC, it'd be the bottom right, wouldn't it? You can open it up, a little control panel pops up. You can switch it on and off. You have to connect it to your microphone of choice. And then in OBS, Sebastian, when you're setting up the audio input, you select Krisp, not your actual microphone. So Darren Vandit will be singing in an hour. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. It is GTX 1060 NVIDIA. It's a 1060. Look, I'm running Zwift and live streaming at the same time. The temperature is about 40-50 degrees. That's it. Fan rarely kicks in, but it does occasionally. So I might be able to use NVIDIA Broadcast, I might not, I'll have to test that later. I'm sure it will tell me if I can't. It might be, it's an older graphics card, so it might not be able to do it. I was about to say 200 metres to go and we're done here. 600 metres to go and we're done here. Don't make the same mistake twice, Clive. It's not 10k, it's 10.3. Yeah, Sebastian's just asking, Clive, is there an NVIDIA in the computer? Yes, there is. GTX 1060. So Sebastian's suggesting if it works, then go the NVIDIA Broadcast route. I'll try that later. As I said earlier, wipes away, the might will play, so I can run this. Then we'll set up for the 12 o'clock one. We'll do that, we'll have a shower, and then we'll come back down here and have another play with the computer, see what else we can activate and sort out. It is raining outside now, it's drizzle, light rain, not very nice. So we don't want to go out in the garden today. It's an indoor day. I should really be indoors painting and decorating something. But maybe we'll leave that till next weekend. 10 kilometres done here. This is where on Thursday I shut it down. So we have now got 200 metres to go. Heart rate 132, cadence 172. Temperature's gone up to 7.1 degrees centigrade here in the corner Zwift Run Garage. We'll keep running. The key thing is, as Stephen always reminds us, stay running. Keep running until the end of the event appears and the unlock appears and the route badge appears or whatever else you're waiting for. 50 metres. Anyway, thank you for popping into the Zwift Run channel today. Sebastian, Darren, Stephen, Chris, Nolan, really appreciate your support. It's nice to have company during these runs. Hopefully the Zwift Run channel will provide the same sort of environment for you guys out there running. Feels like you are running with someone else. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we're going to go live and what's coming up next. Give us a thumbs up on our live streams, help support the channel. Did it happen? Did anything happen? I wasn't paying attention. Did anything unlock? I think I finished the run. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. I think something happened, but I didn't see it. I'm not going to shut it down yet, just in case. Let's have a quick look. Let's skip the live stream back a bit so I can actually see what happened. A little bit of an instant replay for me. Well, me running kit's changed back to film my run, so right, I'm just watching the end of the run back just to make sure something happened. I suppose I could look in the garage, couldn't I, to see if the beanies appeared. I don't think anything happened, did it? Oh no! Let's have a look in the garage. Hooray! It's a green beanie, look! So it must have happened. There's the green beanie. We'll keep that on for a little bit. It's cold. I had my woolly hat on at the beginning. Right, we'll go to end run. We'll make sure Film My Run is selected. It's all new to me. I've never run on a PC before. That's a funny little screen, isn't it? A couple of photographs added there. I've added Film My Run to share to club. We'll click save. And there we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to sign out of Zwift. And we're going to swap it over to MyWhoosh, set it up ready for the 12 PM stream. I'm sure Sebastian will be there on his fully fixed squeak-free treadmill. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in today. We'll be back again at 12 PM. I'll see you soon. I'm just going to go sort the computer out and have a drink. See you soon. Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye. I was about to jump off the treadmill then, but I don't need to do that anymore. OBS. There we go. To the end screen. See you in a bit.